Or statement is true would not mean one is true. Yeah, so they're both, oh no, what? Yeah, I think. Yeah, when one is true, it's always false.
Did you like this stuff or not?
Now I do. Last semester, this was horrible. I just stared at the students. It's not your fault.
Say it to yourself. P or Q. It's true. So it gives you, it fills in the middle. Yeah, so you know, well, it fills in this side, so you know if one of these is true, if it's or, then it's safe, it's then the conclusion is true. So if one of them is true, then it'll be true. So it's only false.
So what is
Yeah, exactly.
You have to write like compound, conditional, or just like
Gary.
conditional.
Yeah, if you write conditional, but if I specifically say identify it as a simple or a compound, I really need to see that. Because I've had people say simple and then comma conjunction, like, oh, no. So you have to identify it. You have to write it. All right. Is everybody at least on the first four, maybe?
Yeah.
Because the last ones I kind of want to do a little bit together. I want to see if you guys could remember what we were doing. All right, let's look at these. Oh, did I start that up? Yeah. Yes, good. And real quick, while I got your attention, a little public service announcement. Oh, and it didn't include you guys. I don't offer you the chance to do online homework, just because I don't like the options they have for 120. But here, now look at this. So this is a little report I did as part of a bigger report on homework. See all these people down here? This is my 103 from spring. I gave them the option for online. I want you to understand, this is kind of like a measure of how much homework they turned in. And this is their grade, their final grade, not including homework. So do you understand what I'm trying to analyze here? And then I'm trying to show students, what's the trend? Well, first off, these people throw it all off. So like this person, they supposedly did a lot of homework, but their grade was pretty damn low. Are you with me? Do you understand? So if I take out the online homework people, and I'm not saying everybody that did online homework was doing it poorly or something, but everybody who shows up down here, normally they're all online homework people. And that's why I'm thinking maybe I won't let that happen anymore. Take all them out. Now look at this. What's the trend? As students do more homework, what happens with their grades? That's incredible. It's crazy. And every damn time, every semester I do this. At some point in the semester I show students theirs, but I figured I'd show you this early. Because this is really, that's it. Homework is where you get practice. That's why I had the whole thing about homework on the first day. And I'll have people that just won't, they won't do it. And then they'll fail, and I'm like, God, they're down here. Yes, ma'am.
You're the first teacher that I've had that counts homework as any part of the grade. I always do homework because I need the extra practice.
Gotcha.
But you're the only teacher that had that.
One semester in my entire, you won't, I don't know if you'll believe this, but I've been teaching for 17 years. Holy crap. I started in 98. I was 26 years old.
How are you not jaded right now?
Huh? I am. I just keep it inside. I push it down.
I say repress.
Yeah, it's going to come out someday. What was I going to say? One semester I made homework worth nothing. I said, just do it. You need the practice. Nobody did it. They all failed. Maybe like 2 people did it. So there's always a few people who know they need the homework. They even do extra homework. But the rest of us, we're human. We're going to do the homework that's due. If the homework's not due, I'm probably not going to do it because I got other shit to do, right? So I understand that. So I have to make it worth something so people will do it because then I know this. I know this. You guys know this. But still, some of you won't do the damn homework. I don't know what to do for you. So you're going to be one of these people. It's not good. Anyway, sorry. Every semester I do it. It's basically like this. And this is like some statistic stuff That, of course, is the equation of the line. The closer that is to 1, the better the fit is. So that's all statistics stuff. All right, but anyway, sorry. I just want to show you that while I was thinking about it. Let's go back to this handout. There it is. Okay. So what about this guy? What is it?
Simple.
It's not simple.
Compound is a negation.
It's a negation, right? So maybe out of order from what I say to do is even easier. So how would you write this with symbols?
Squiggle.
Not P or not T or not whatever. So this requires 2 symbols, so it's more than 1. So it's compound. Compound, negation.
Is that called a tittle? What is it?
Oh, tilde.
Tilde?
Tilde? I like the tittle. That's funny. Tilde.
A tilde. That's
Tilde. Yeah. Tilde the Hun. No, tilde. Tilde?
The
It's
thing
about
on the
the
keyboard
tilde.
you can never find.
Huh?
The thing on the keyboard you can never figure out.
Exactly, but it's way up in the upper corner there next to 1. All right, anyway. What about this guy? If and only if. Good, so that's a double arrow. Neither one of these are knotted, right? So they're just P and Q. What is it called? It's definitely compound. Biconditional. I like it. All right, and then somebody pointed out this is related to a classic logic statement. I kind of rewrote it a little bit, but if Socrates is immortal, then he is not a man. He is a Terminator. So if, how would I write this then? If then requires what symbol? The 1 arrow. If Socrates is immortal, what would that be? P. Then he is not a man, what would that be? Not Q. Good. So what is this? What's the name for that? Conditional. Because there's only one direction. Biconditional is 2 directions. Makes sense. It's crazy. Good. I like it. Come back. Bye. Chicken scratch. All right. So these guys, we did these tables in class. So if you fill the table out first, it's easier to figure out a good way to say this. Because the better you internalize little statements for or, and, if, then, if and only if, the easier that the bigger truth tables are going to be. So this guy, what was it about or? What's the only time it's what? There's only one time it's what? False. It's only false if? Only false when both are false. So it's true, 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 false. Because if I say you or you, somebody clean the room, if at least one of you do it, it's going to get done. Oh, we don't. What about and? And is very restrictive. Right? I call and the mean bouncer. The bouncer says, you got to have money, and you got to look good, and you got to have nice clothes, and you got to drive a nice car. I'm like, I got like 1 out of 4.
which one?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to average them, maybe 0.1 for each or something. So, all right, I'll let you. Oh, by the way, I mean, these uses the symbol is pretty easy because they give it to you right there, so that's kind of nice. So an and statement, so it's only false, it's only true if both are true. It's very restrictive. And is restrictive, or is very relaxed. It's like, if at least one of you guys, if neither one of you guys, what could I do? But and is like, oh my God, both of you. So that's the only time it's true. So it's only true when both are true. So in a weird way, or and and are sort of opposites, or not really, but, right? Or is very relaxed and flexible, and is very uptight and restrictive. Conditional. Of course, he uses the arrow. And we talked about this. What's the only time that I'm lying? We did the whole thing, if you get an A, then I'll get your car, which is not true. Okay. Yeah, you don't want the car.
It's only true when it's true.
What's the only time I'm lying is if you do get an A, but I don't get you a car. So if I make that contract with you, the only time I broke the contract is if you did your part and I don't do my part. If you don't do your part, I can do whatever the hell I want to. I can still get you a car. There's nothing that says I can't. Well, you got me a car. No. You're not going to be angry in that case. You're going to be angry if you did what you were supposed to do and I didn't. So that's it's only false when true implies false. So it's only false here. Otherwise it's true. Become a T. There you go. So or is only false when both are false, and is only true when both are true. If then is only false when true implies false. And then the biconditional's got to work both ways. So not only is this bad, this is also bad because it doesn't work the other way. So it's true there. So what's the statement I can make there? When is it true? I'm sorry. I like think. Always let me know if I'm working for myself. When is it true? What's a quick thing you can tell me? When is it true? When they're both the same. That's it. So it's only true when both are the same. Trust me, that's what those words say. It uses the symbol, obviously it uses the double arrow. I like it. So the last little thing I want to do, real quick, just to show you, just building off of this. Watch this. I want to show you an example of a truth table that's got a little bit more going on, and then I'll let you out. Right? So I've already lied to you, but you'll get over it. So let's say I have this statement here. Not P implies Q or P. Start with that stuff. So that's how it says in the table. I would say make a truth table for that. So you set your P, your Q, sort of like your inputs and your outputs, right? Just like an XY table. How we doing? So how does the PQ thing go? What do I put here? True, true. False, false. And then this guy goes crazy. True, false. True, false. Alright, so again, I'm going to do this the whole way out. There's shortcuts that you'll develop over time. What goes under here? In fact, in algebra, what would I do first here in algebra? What would I do first in algebra? I do inside the parentheses. Now, I can do this at the same time as long as I do this before I do this, right? So you can tell what the last thing to do is, just like in algebra. So if we do this first, let me see if I can get away with a little shortcut. I know P and I know Q. Or is only who to what? Or is only when and false when both are false. So what's the only time they're both false? So is everybody cool with this? This row, they're both true, so or is true. This row, P is true, so they're true. This row, Q is true, so that's true. This row, they're both false, so or is false in that last row. Do you guys see that? These are the values, each row, these are the values for P and Q. So if P and Q are both true, what's the or? True. What's true or true? True. Are we okay there? Again, what did we figure out here? Or is only false when they're both false. That only makes sense. Just say clean the room, you or you, it's going to get clean unless neither of you do it. So it's the only time it would be false that it was a clean room, right? Some of you guys are looking at me like I'm crazy. It's exactly what we just talked about. So is everybody cool with this? What is Q in this first row? What's the value of Q in this first row? True. I said right there. There it is. This first row, Q is true and P is true. So what's true or true? True. What's true or false? True. What's false or true? True. And what's false or false? That's the only time they're false. So what do I mean here? What's not P? False. False. True. True. So everybody see where those came from? What is in the first row? What is P? True. How do I know that? Because I wrote it right there. P is true in the first row. So what's not true? False. What's not true? False. What's not false? True. Or what's the opposite of true? If you want to look at like the negative is the opposite of. Are you guys with me here? Every row is the inputs values. Just like on an XY table. If I did this to you, and I put this here, why would I put a 4 there? Because in that row, what's X? 2. So what's 2 squared? 4. It's the same thing. So in this row, Q is false, P is true. Right? Sorry. So what's not true? False. What's not true? False. What's not false? True. What's not false? True. Now what am I going to do? Now I take these, and I take these, and I do this to it. You guys kind of with me? Because, for example, how would you do this problem from algebra? Officially, how would you do that? You do it here first, right? And you get an answer, and then what would you do? You would do this between this and this, right? You with me? All right. So what am I doing? I did this to get the answers. And I got these. Now I'm going to do this between these two. So that's what I meant earlier by you're only ever looking at two things at once. So if you remember all those little statements, that's all you ever need. I don't care how big I make this statement. All you got to know is if then is only what when what. If then. If then. The conditional is only false if true implies false. So is there anywhere where true implies false? The bottom. So that's false. Everything else is true. That's the answers. Excitement. All right. I still have somebody looking at me crazy. So that's our first little step into an actual truth table. Yes?
Why is there only one symbol for Q and P in the parentheses?
Because I didn't write all the Q's and P's because I didn't need to. They're all right there. I was trying to introduce the first little shortcut. I don't need... Are you talking about why didn't I put all the P's here and all the Q's there? So, because what's it asking me? Q or P. So what's true or true? True. I'm doing what's inside the parentheses first. So if P is true and Q is true, P or Q would be true. Go to the next row.
Okay, so if it has the little V in between the two letters, you just basically copy this table? The first...
Yes. So I really want you to understand. Exactly. I mean, right? Not really copy. Why did I put an F there? Because they were both false there. If they would have been both false here for some reason, then that would have been F there. Right? That's what's important. It's the idea of or. If I see two F's, that's where I put my false. Because that's the only time or is false. So where's the only place I see two F's? Here. If they're both false, then the or has got to be false. If neither one of you clean the room, then the room's still damn dirty. Right? All right, that's enough. That's all I wanted to do. Next time we'll obviously do more. Good level. What's that? No, that's pretty easy. I don't want these. Don't turn these in.
What was the answer? Was true, false?
The only time this is false is if true implies false. So what is this comparing? It's comparing the answers to this or the answers to this. Right? That's what it's in between, right? Just like this minus, we take that, minus the answers to that. So this is going to do this and the answers to this. So what's the only place where TF, the only place where TF is there? So that's the only place it's false. Everywhere else it's fine. Because that symbol is only going to have an F if I have TF. Then it would have been true, false, false. Just because the things I'm comparing are in the same order. But wherever they're both false, I'm going to have to put an F there. I mean, wherever they're both true is the only place I put a T. If it's and the only place I would have a T is the one place where they have both T's. Everything else will be F.
Okay, so these are just kind of like the rules.
That's the general rules, and then wherever that's happening, you use that idea. If it's an or, I only put an F when they're both F. If it's an arrow, I only put an F if it's T F. Everywhere else is true. There, you get the idea. Good.
So when will we have quiz 2? You got that?
No. At the latest, next Wednesday.
Okay.
Well, I can't have it next Monday, because I never give you a quiz without warning. I can't have it next Monday, because I never give you a quiz without warning.
So what you're saying is
That's what I just...
Wednesday.
Yes.
Why
Like I said right before that.
Because I totally forgot about quiz 1.
Well, again, I'll announce it on Monday because I never give a quiz without warning. I don't like pop quizzes.
Like